Hello, right, I'm live. All is good. And I am only 1 minute late. But that's okay. That's okay. Because 1 minute late is better than not turning up at all. That's what I think anyway. So lovely to have your company, everyone. I'll wait for a few people to come in. Hello, Millie. Millie's just been on a walk. You've been on a walk? You've been a good girl. And now she's going to demand attention like all Jack Russells do. Oh, I've brought that down a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we're just waiting for people to arrive. You doing all right, Millie? What do you want? And then we can get going. Hello, Dawn. How are you? Dawn says good evening, everybody. How's Kirby, Dawn? I hope it's well. I hope it's all good. I need some cream on my arms, that is, just in case you're wondering. Cream on my arms. I'm going to get you all up on here so I can see your comments on here as well, because that will help. There you go. There you go. Hello, Angela. How are you? I hope you're well. Discussion of the day was biscuits today. We were talking all about biscuits, whether you're a dunker or not. I myself am a dunker, a quick dunker. That's me. If you dunk too long, then the biscuit disappears, but it's always got to be dunked. Hello, Valerie. I hope you're well. Lovely to see you. Kirby is good, thanks, says Dawn. Good. I'm glad. Oh, I thought I put all my notifications off. That's why sometimes I keep going like that to the camera, because I've got notifications coming up on my phone. I thought I'd turn them all off, but one got through. So there you go. Valerie says good evening. Good evening, Valerie. I hope you've had a good day. Angela Thompson is watching. Hello, Angela. I hope your day's been lovely. The sun was out today and it was shining, so it was really nice. Hello, Anne. How are you? Come on in. Help yourself to nibbles and all of that. I don't know where that comes from. Come on in, help yourself to nibbles. I think it actually comes from Abigail's party. I think it's Abigail's party. All right, Sue, come on in, help yourself to nibbles. What was the woman's name, Jane? What was the actor's name in Abigail's party? I can't remember. She's in Gavin and Stacey, isn't she? No, she's not. Is she? Is it the same woman that's in Gavin and Stacey? I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. Hi, Steph. Steph is watching. I'm going to bring Steph on in a moment. We've got Steph. We've got a surprise guest with Steph as well. And we've also got Lou Sims, part two of what's all happening in the crafting industry. So we're excited about that. We had a lot of news from Frankfurt, the big show, and Lou came on and we were here for about an hour. We were chatting away and we still didn't get it all in. So I said, come back for part two. So that's exactly what's going to happen tonight. Hello, Joan. I hope you are well. Right, so Stephanie is there. She wants to come on. So let's go. Hi, Nikki. Nikki says they are a dunker. Good. Dunkers of the world. That's what we say. Dunk. What's the best biscuit for dunking, though? That's what I want to know. What's the best biscuit for dunking? Here she is. Hello, Steph.
Hello. Hi, I've got Mel here too.
Hello. Oh, you're both looking very, very sort of like a purpley. It's quite a cool effect. Where have you gone? Seriously.
It's all a bit wrong. No, we're looking very pink. We've got the pink lighting on. It's good for the complexion. I need it up there. Andrew, just hold this for 2 hours.
Do you know what? I don't know why I'm moving my camera up. My camera moving up and down has got nothing to do with yours.
Hi, everybody.
How are you? You look like you're going on a bus journey sitting together like that.
We are.
Two naughty schoolgirls at the back.
Oh, could you turn those bright lights down? Andrew, we need it higher so we look skinnier.
You look fab. You both now. That's quite high. Is that Carly in the background?
Can you? No, it's no. No, that's my dad. Dad, you can't go say hello.
Hello, hello.
No, bob down.
Hi, Stephanie's dad. Hello.
Well, I can't see me.
I can.
Oh, there, yeah. Hello, hello.
Right, that's it. Don't overplay your part.
Well,
Your dad's a handsome man, Steph.
Oh, don't tell him that.
The lights.
For goodness me. Dad, you have no idea what your gate crashed, have you?
No.
We're setting up a special party.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
Dad
I
sing,
don't,
Steph.
yeah. I don't know.
It's like an episode of Frank Spencer, this.
Well, some mothers do have them.
He said it sounds.
Oh, now, come on. You've got,
naughty.
I was going to say it's for swingers, just to see what he did.
Carl's gone.
It's all right, Dad's deaf.
how are you two lovely ladies
Janice,
anyway?
does many people watch it? Oh, no, we're good, thank you. Joking
Yeah,
apart.
There's 23, 24, 25. They're all coming in. They're all coming in. And I'm finding a lot with Facebook stuff that lots of people watch afterwards. It's kind of like the Netflix now, isn't it? Because there's so much going on. We're all kind of grabbing hold of a float that's in the water. But it's all good because people watch again afterwards. So that's absolutely fine. What have you ladies been up to?
Sorry,
What?
well, I'm laughing a little bit because Dad's decided he's staying. He's just pulled out a chair and sat down.
Oh, get him on. There's room on that screen for 3. What have you been up to today, Steph?
Oh my gosh, wow. We've had, I've had a really interesting day because I've been playing with the sketch machine.
Oh, that is good.
And working with some gold embroidery thread. And honestly, Janice, the results are just stunning. And you know, in our job, we spend a lot of time doing the behind the scenes stuff. And particularly the last few months, I've spent so much time just sat at a desk with a computer. And to be in front of something crafty and creating, I've been giddy, haven't I?
Absolutely.
And it's just, and then I did a little, because you can draw on your iPad and it actually makes it into an embroidery.
I know, isn't it good?
It's fascinating. So that's interesting because I've had to learn new things as well.
Okay.
And then also, you've had a crazy busy day today, haven't you?
We've had an amazing deal on the Scan and Cut SDX 1200. So we've done 3 shows, 8, 12 and 6, and they've been really busy, which is great.
Oh, that is
And
fabulous.
then we've been packing VIP bags for Sandown.
Yes, tell us about Sandown, because we're very excited about this.
Well, we are too, and it's going to be a little bit strange this time because for the first time, it's ICHF that are organising the show and not us. So we're actually going there as exhibitors, and we're still doing a bit with the make and takes, and it's not a complete handover yet. But we've got demos on the stand. Mel and I are going. We love Sandown as a venue, and the people around there are just, I don't think they have very many craft shops. So when it comes to the event, it's just literally everybody comes. And we meet up with some old friends as well. And Sarai this year, who works normally with us, is going to be in the VIP area. So that's brilliant. And just getting back on the road and going on the show circuit just feels right.
It is a great venue, and there's lots of parking there. It's very, very accessible. And I've always loved Sandown. I think, you know, it's a great venue to go out and have a look at the race course, get a bit of fresh air, come back in again. Now, the setup, Steph and Mel, is it going to be similar to before with the VIP area?
Yeah.
Is it upstairs at Sandown? I get them mixed up with Doncaster.
It is. And we've got that great big area. Oh, you're going, Dad? Yeah. Oh, okay. Bye, Dad.
Bye, Steph's dad.
Lots of love. God bless.
Bye.
Bye. Everybody's saying bye to you.
Yeah.
Okay, say bye to everybody.
Give them a Coke over there.
Right, okay, that means a whiskey.
Okay.
Don't forget to take presents.
Oh, is it your dad's birthday?
No, he came over to get some presents.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We had, so on live shopping, we had some of those, you know, those lights that when the weather's not very nice, it makes you feel better. So we had some of those.
Like a sad light.
Yeah,
It's called a sad light, but it makes you feel better.
That's right. So anyway, he came over to get one. But yes, Sandown, I think this year we've got the VIP area, and we've also got the free make and takes as well. So lovely Carly's going to be doing make and takes. I know there's quite a few other people doing them, but she's got 2 in particular. And we're doing something different because the make and take on a Saturday is different to the one on the Sunday.
Okay, how so?
And well, we just thought we'd mix it up a bit because some people go both days and miss out, and we just thought we'd give us a bit more variety, the opportunity to try 2 completely different techniques. And then on the stand we're demoing flat out, so that's going to be great.
And whereabouts are you, Steph? Are you when you walk in the door, are you going to be there? Are you not quite sure where you are yet?
In the middle, I think, aren't we? Usually.
It's quite a large stand, so I don't think you'll miss us.
No. And it's really easy to walk around and find you, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think this year there's even more stands than ever. So it really is, you know, if you've never been to a craft show before, absolutely, I think it's a great place to
Everybody's
start.
there for the same reason, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's full
absolutely.
of like-minded people who just want to be inspired with different creative ideas, and I love that. And it's always lovely to meet the people that you see on the screen every day. You know, all those messages that come in, it's lovely to actually meet them. It's great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward
with the make and takes. I know that in previous shows, it's quite hilarious actually that everybody queues up and they all look really calm. But as soon as the show opens, you have to run for your life because they are running down. Is it going to be the same this year, or have people already booked their make and takes?
I think VIPs have already booked 1 free make and take, so that's something that they've done. If you haven't booked it, then please, there's still time. Hannah's just let us know that our stand number's B40.
B40, okay.
So that's where we'll be. It is quite a spacious stand. We're bringing a couple of deals with us that we've not brought before.
Okay.
Not just for the regular stuff, but we've bought some proper bargains to give everybody something for every budget. But Mel's got a deal on the scan and cut, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
£160 off the normal price.
Right, well, so I'm going to ask you a question then. If I come along to the show and I need that deal because I need that scan and cut in my life, will I be taking it away with me then? Because I might have come on the train. How does it work?
You can either take it with you, or we can ship it out.
Superb. So if you're like me and you're impatient,
you won't pay postage. You won't pay
yes,
postage.
that's good.
Which is great.
So if you've got a car or someone that's taken you, you can get it in the back of the car and you're done.
Absolutely.
And we're taking the Pro Cut. We've launched that as a special show deal, and we're going to be doing that at.
Go on.
It's £109.
I know, Janice.
Janice.
The scan and cut is £439.
Is
the
it?
SDX 1200. Yes, it is.
And what we've done is we've said because we're doing it for show prices, we've said to anybody, if you can't get to the show, we'll still do that on highlight, because so that everybody benefits. But it's, you know, January, February, March, they're tough months for people. We want to get back into our crafting. We're all thinking about our budgets. We want to give everybody as much money as they can to spend on their accessories, all the designy stuff that you want. So if you can get that, it's like buying a set of pans at the best price you can, because you can spend more money on the ingredients or cook more often.
I thought you said pants.
No, I'm already in trouble for my last comment. I don't even know where that one came from. Well, I thought it might shock my dad, but it didn't. He's a bit of a worry. It is. He's nearly 85 and he didn't flinch. It might be because he's deaf. It may be.
Oh, bless him. So as a team, when you go down, do you go down the night before? Do you go down in the morning? Are you travelling down with all the rush hour traffic? Do you have to get there the day before and set up?
So we have to be there the day before to set up. So Carl's travelling down. The van will be loaded tomorrow, so it'll be loaded the day before travel. He then will travel down early Thursday morning. Then he's meeting Carly and Helen there. They're going to set the stand up. and Mel and I are doing our last few live shopping shows, then we'll jump in the car and we'll all travel down. And what we're trying to do is to be able to be in as many places as possible. The team are going in different directions. So when it comes to Glasgow, we've got David and Amanda going up to Glasgow. We're all going to be at the NEC at various different points. Yep. So we're sort of moving about a little bit.
That's good. That's good. So at Sandown, Mel, you'll be there. Steph, you'll be there. Carly's going to be there. Carl will be there. Helen will be there. Is Hannah going?
No, Hannah's going to be behind the scenes, and she will be doing all the social media and keeping up with everybody, interacting with everyone.
Excellent, excellent. So it sounds like a fun weekend, doesn't it? It's the 2 days, isn't it?
It is. Are you coming down?
I am. I've got stalls there. Well, I'm sort of pillion with a stall, if that's what you can say. I'm with Janie's Originals, so I'm going down. I'm going to put some of my stamps and things on there. See what happens. You've got to give it a go, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Well, to you, your range I thought was fabulous, and the finished samples have been stunning.
Oh, thank you.
What an exciting adventure!
Yeah, it is. It is, and I think every day's a learning curve. At the minute, it's the website that's a learning curve. So I've got all the Google Analytics and all of that, which is just spinning my head out. But everything's fine because everything's a learning day. So and that's good.
You're great at tech stuff. So
good at that, but not when it comes to all the Google stuff and everything they require. And then you say something, then they come back with this language that's just totally, and then you're back to them and they're back to you. It's all good. It's online. It's there, and it's all fabulous. But it just needs listing in Google, and it's just one of those things. But hey ho.
Isn't it interesting? Because I think we sometimes see people and they'll say, oh, I really would love to swap jobs with you because you sit and make things all day. And I think in the last week, during the daytime, so a regular working day, I've probably crafted for, including being on live shopping, 5 hours in a week.
Yeah, because there's so much to do.
Yeah, there is. It's all the behind the scenes stuff that really just takes up the time.
Yeah, it does. We've got a question from Alan. He wants to know, when will the new screen sensation be coming back?
Oh wow. Okay. Well, so do you want us to tell you first?
Yeah, of course.
Because on the 17th and 18th of March, the team are all just looking at us.
You didn't know about this?
We have a meeting with a European partner to decide on the launch date, and we are expecting it will be about the beginning of September.
Okay.
Breathe, team.
There you go. Team has been briefed.
Can I just tell you? Well, the other thing that's a little bit exciting is, I don't know whether you saw Carl come and show me today. He did it quite quietly. We are doing some work on our own screens.
So actually
manufacturing them ourselves.
Okay, so something to be very, very excited about.
I know. We are a little bit excited. And yes, we're going to bring back the whole thing. We're looking at the Myos everything. So it's going to be a full complement.
Yeah, sounds exciting. Sounds exciting. So we've only got a couple of days before Sandown begins. Are you all sorted? When are you going to? No.
Ask us a couple of hours before we might be, but not a couple of days. 20 minutes.
We've still got posters to do.
We have.
We have done. One thing we did do today was we did the poster for a prize draw on our stand.
Okay.
And somebody is going to, if they enter their name and email address on the stand, somebody's going to win a Brother Sewing machine.
Wow.
So that
very
was
good.
done today. So
very
that's
good.
A bit exciting. I have, the goodie bags are done, as I said. Have you planned your demos? I've started to plan my demos.
Look at you.
But I know, well, sort of.
Sort of. Diane has Diana's message, not your Diane. Diane Shaw wants to know if you're going to Doncaster.
Absolutely. all of us.
Yes.
And we are doing a workshop on the Friday before Doncaster. So we're going to try and get those details. We're going to be speaking to ICHF, who are the new show organisers.
Yep.
We're going to be trying to speak to them at Sandown and get that information out as soon as possible, because I want to give people as much time as possible to book.
Excellent. Sounds good. Well, on Wednesday, what day are we on now? We're on Tuesday. Tomorrow, I'm going down to London to see the women at Wembley.
Right.
Then the next day, Thursday, I'm coming back on the train to get my car to drive back to London.
So when are you going to pack the car?
I don't know. When am I going to get everything ready? You know what it's like. I'll probably do it all last minute. Everything will go in the back of the car, and as I'm driving down the M25, all of a sudden I'll go, oh, and then you forget something.
I forgot.
Hey?
Well, little secret. That's why Carl leaves in the van 4 hours before us, so that he can ring us and say, can you just load in the car because we forgot.
That's very good. But it's only me in the car, so I'm going to be driving there. I'll have to turn the car down and take it all the way back. And I don't want to do that. But let's meet up when we get to Sandown. Let's have a coffee or maybe a drink afterwards or something like that. That would be really nice to catch up with you girls again. It really will.
Yeah, good. So we'll swap where we're staying, and then we can definitely see what we can do. That'd be great. That'd be really good.
That really will.
Yeah.
All right then, my lovelies. I'm going to let you go.
So much.
Thank you for coming on and telling us all about Sandown, and we'll see you soon.
See you later.
Bye. Bye. Oh, there you go. So let's just remove those. It's exciting times, isn't it? So if you are within that area of Sandown and you can get there Friday and Saturday, so it's such a great venue. When you drive up, you see it's so spacious, and there's lots and lots of parking. So it's very, very accessible and really, really easy to get there. And the venue itself, it's stunning. It's stunning. And when you go out onto the balcony and have a look at the race course, you can see in the distance London. It's quite remarkable. So if you are around, or you can get there, or a friend can drive you over, then please come along. And I'll find out what stand I'm on. I know Jamie knows, and she has told me, and I'll put some information out about that tomorrow. Janice, we'll have to get scissors and paper from Steph. I probably will. I'll be running there all the time. Have you got this? Have you got that? Kay, you're so gutted that you can't go. Oh, it's a shame, but you've still got the NEC. Remember, I've got another pair of tickets to give away. I might do them tomorrow, because it's good to get organised, isn't it? So watch this space. I've already given away 2 sets of tickets. I've got another 2 tickets to give away for the NEC. So Steph and the crew and everyone will be there, and I'm going to the NEC as well, which would be great. So is Janie. How is your back doing tonight? Says, oh, do you know what? It's a lot better. But before I bring Lou on, I'll tell you what I did last night, because this is me all over. So I finished the live. It was a hectic day yesterday. It was mad. It was manic. I finished the live, and don't ask me why. I got my phone and I thought, oh, I'm going to try and do an effect, you know, where you spin round and you keep your phone still like that. So I did that about 3 times, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I'm a bit dizzy, and I leant over and my head cracked on the kitchen cupboard, and I've got a big bump here on my head today, really sore. So I won't be doing that. So my back's better, but my head hurts, but everything's fine. Everything's fine. Paula, no, you're not late. It's fine. We've got Lou Sims coming up. So Lou, if you are there, you need to press that icon so I can get you on the live. I don't think you're there already. I'll just have a look down the list of people you are. Let me add you, Lou, and send you an invitation, and we might be able to get you on that away, hopefully. So Paul, you're not late. You missed Steph and Mel, but that's okay. You can watch this again on repeat. Here she is. It worked. Can't believe it. It's all working tonight. I don't know what's going wrong, because it's going all right. Hello, Lou.
Hello.
How are you?
Do you know what? I can't see you on my phone, so I put my PC on. I can't
Am I
hear you.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Oh, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Is it delayed?
On the on the PC.
Right. I'm going to put my hand up now. Tell me when it comes on the PC.
It's on the PC.
My head's...
No, it's not.
Is it there? Who knows? No trickery pokery here.
I know, because on my phone you're at black screen again. Oh, your hands just come up now. But that's why I thought I put my PC on, because last time you were trying to show me things.
Um,
I didn't see them.
you've got an Android, haven't you?
Yeah. It's very bizarre, isn't
It
it?
is.
Sort of thing.
Erica, who's just come into the room,
Yeah.
say hello to Erica, everybody.
Hi, Erica.
Erica says hello, Lou. Erica was on last night. She had the same situation. So I do think it's Android phones. I do have streaming software. I am planning to use it, but I've got so much like that. It's like this at the minute. I don't know which way to look. Hence me
Wow.
cracking my head against the kitchen cupboard yesterday.
You know,
It didn't half hurt, Lou.
I can imagine.
It really
I can imagine.
did.
Other than, even if you're by yourself, you feel silly when you do something like that, don't you? As
I
well,
know.
you just sort of thing.
I don't know why I was doing it. I was just spinning round. It went crack.
Oh.
But anyway, it's all good. It's all good.
I can
So
see you on
Lou,
the PC touching the side of your head. So stop touching your head. You'll
yeah,
make it the bruise.
yeah, it really hurts when I do that. So stop doing it. Right. So Lou, my goodness, when were we on? Last week, I think it was.
Last week or was it the week before? No, the week before.
Week before. It might have been the week before. Yeah.
Yeah, because I couldn't do last week because my son came up, didn't he?
That's it. Now
it was dog sitting.
I was going to say, was the surprise? Hi, Mum. Here's the dog.
Basically, yeah. They're buying a new house, so they had to go and see about the house.
Yes.
So I had to have the dog for that, and then they were in London doing the Taskmaster thing.
Taskmaster. What's that?
You can go and do the Taskmaster. It's a bit like an event. You go to it and you actually do it for about an hour and a half, and you do all different Taskmaster.
That sounds good.
It is good. It's funny.
There is one that's just opened up for oh God, what's that show? Where they're in the castle in Scotland.
Oh,
Traitors. Yeah, there's one's just opened up for that.
Oh, are you down for that one then? You're gonna put yourself down?
I don't know. I'd like to do that. I think it's like not an escape room, but it's one of those experiences. I don't know how it would work though, because I don't know. But anywho's, let's talk about Frankfurt, because that's what we were talking about last time. And you had so much to tell us, and it was so interesting. And there was loads and loads of comments afterwards saying how interesting it was. People learned a lot, and it was very inspiring as well, because the things you were talking about made a lot of people go and get their craft stuff out and try those different techniques. So that was really good.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. That's brilliant.
So I thought I'd revisit it.
Yeah, I did tick off some of the things, but then I stopped ticking off what I talked about, sort of thing. So, you go, I was being organised-ish, sort of thing. But yeah, no, okay. So if I give a little background for anybody who doesn't know about the Messe Centre in Frankfurt, obviously Stephanie was there this year as well, so she'd say the same. It's huge. You go in and it's like this, one part of it is like this dome, and in the centre of it is an old building, the original part of it.
Yeah.
And then after you've walked for what seems like an eternity, you suddenly go to all the different halls, and there's 12 different halls all in all, and each of the halls have multiple floors. And it's sort of, and each of those floors could be something different. So the Paper World side had 2 floors. So it's like the NEC, but double. And then Christmas World was in covered 2 or 3 halls, and that's like over 2 or 3 floors. Wow. You've got Ambient World, then there was a restaurant side of things. There's so many different halls, so there's loads and loads to see. And the distance between the halls, there's shuttle buses to get you between the different halls.
Wow. Would you say the paper crafting was the largest?
No.
Really? What was the largest one then?
Christmas World.
Okay.
Because Christmas World encompasses lots of different things. So you can go into Christmas World, and obviously you've got the Christmas side of things, but then they'll do like a home decor side of it. There'll also be the wrapping side of it, because I think we all forget about wrapping paper, Christmas cards, the ribbons, the bag.
I thought you meant the song. I thought you meant wrapping like, yo, here we go.
and then wrapping along, no. But there's all of that side of it. So then there was a big part on candles. Candles were very big in Frankfurt this year. And so so Christmas World splits into a lot of different ways. And then you've got the other side of Christmas World, which would probably be like, all the restaurants where you see the tablecloths, the crackers, the plates, and how everything. So Christmas World is huge. because it covers so many different aspects of everyday life, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Christmas World is lovely. It's very bizarre. The thing I found very bizarre was listening to Christmas tunes everywhere you went. So that was a little bit weird, because obviously
a little bit like going to Disneyland and listening to It's a Small World After All.
yeah. But I mean, and then you'd go in, and there one store we went to had this shelves, and it had this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful display. And as I was walking up, I was thinking, oh, that is wonderful. And it was like the side of a mountain with all the little chalets, and then there was little scenes and everything like that. And it was absolutely, but every single little house or scene played a different tune. So as you got nearer, the magic was soon taken away, sort of thing. So it was like sort of thing, if they could have muted it, that would have been lovely. That was a bit weird, sort of thing, especially at 9:30 in the morning as well.
Oh gosh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet by the end of it though, you were kind of glad to leave and maybe get a little bit of respite.
Yeah, your ears were like, but yeah, no, but Papercraft is there's over 2 floors, and it's jam packed. And one of the halls was when it was busy, you couldn't hear yourself talk because it was that busy and that loud in there at the busy times. So yeah, no, it's really, really enjoyable. It's lovely to see the different things people are bringing, the different trends, colors, textures, all of that. So it's mind blowing in that respect. I go because of the colors, textures, and that appeals to me, sort of thing. And obviously most of the art brands are there, which is obviously another Billy bonus as well for me.
Yeah,
so I love that.
Of course it is. What was it out of the whole of the show that really took you back and you thought, wow?
One particular. I'm going to say it was nodding to crafting of the past, i.e., I said before, things like peel-offs, things like traditional scrapbooking, junk journals, all the things that when I made a scrapbook years ago, it would be an old magazine, it would be something or other, and that's what you use. And it was like trying to embrace all of those things with all the new things that are coming. So people who are bringing out new papers, but bringing back those styles and those techniques was really appealing. Suddenly seeing how you could bring painting, like a watercolor painting, and it was like upscaling it. Instead of just leaving it as a painting, if your skill set was to embroider on your painting, if it was to stick sequin, and it was all about repurposing in a completely different way. So looking at a craft and bringing you a little bit more of you into it. I would say that was it as well, about how a lot of us got into crafting for different reasons, but for a lot of people it was okay to craft for yourself. There doesn't have to be a reason per se, like to make a card or to do something like that. It was okay to craft for yourself.
Yes.
And that was brilliant. That was really nice to see as well.
Now, Lou, you've frozen on my screen, but I don't think you've frozen for anyone else.
I'm not frozen on my PC.
Okay, so it's just probably my phone, because I think maybe it's because I've opened up my iPad and I'm just looking at the comments on there. Sometimes it freezes what's on there.
Yeah,
but it's all good as long as
the question, haven't you?
Yeah,
it does that sometimes for me when I type as well, sort of thing.
Yeah,
but so it was really, really good. I mean, one of the things I loved was, I'm a big Dina Wakley fan. I love Dina Wakley. I just love the eclecticness about her. But one of the things she's always said and done is, she'll take a journal and she rips it to pieces and then makes it into new art to make another new journal. And that was quite big, and doing all of that repurposing. And I forgot all about that. And literally I came home and I ripped a journal apart and started cutting it up and making new bits. And it was really, really good, because there were some pages I did look at and go, oh my gosh, something that wasn't brilliant. And it was, suddenly changing it. It gave it a new life, because there was elements I liked, there were elements I didn't like. But suddenly now I've made something else with it that I thoroughly enjoyed. So that was really good about the repurposing sort of thing. What else was there? I'm just going through my notes because I couldn't remember. Clay, as I said before, clay was big. Not just
Yeah.
clay with molds,
Okay.
but clay with, there was clay, like make your own figures, make your own figurines, like you did with the dogs
Yes.
the other year.
Yes.
Also, there was clays there that you were porcelain based. So there were clays for like us crafters would use, and we'd use with our molds, but they were also good enough then to throw on a potter's wheel.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was another one where you just stand there and you're going, really? Ooh. And I was absolutely mesmerized. I'm not into clay per se myself, but it was absolutely fascinating
To watch.
listening to someone explain it and watch and go from putting it into a mold or hand making something and then seeing someone doing it, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It is amazing. I love working with clay. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm no Barbara Gray. I can't throw it down,
Oh,
on
no.
a potter's wheel. I'll have a go, but I just love being able to manipulate the clay. I mean, like you say, doing the little models that I did, the
Yeah.
dogs. I love that. I might
It would,
start that up again.
yeah, it's tactile, isn't it, sort of thing. We've got some, we saw some that we liked, obviously as PI sort of thing. I've just seen Kay, I'll read your question on my PC in a minute because it's easier than on the phone. We saw some clay that we liked that was a nice mix, so we've got some trial bits and pieces in to try it, sort of thing. So for me, it would be more the tactile side of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be good.
Did you say Kay's asked a question? You see,
yeah.
all my questions are coming in all over the place. I've got one from 10 minutes ago, then one from like half an hour ago. They're not coming in numerical order.
Numerical order or sequential.
That's a good word. So I don't have that question from, was it Kay?
Yeah, she said, I've tried to use a magazine images on my jelly plate,
Yeah.
and I can't get them to work like I've seen demonstrated. I've made sure I buy what looks to be a good quality laser printed image,
Yes.
but I just can't get it to work. What am I doing wrong? Okay. Oh, right.
It's a good question.
It's an incredibly good question. I'm going to say that is one of the things Jelly Arts is bringing out, and I had love the team from Jelly Arts. Luann, the owner of Jelly Arts, is mad as a bunch of chocolate frogs, and I love Bridget and Tanya were on the stand, so it was great to catch up with them. Okay, where it comes to magazine printing on a jelly plate, if you're going to print your own,
still.
that's okay. If you're going to print your own images on a laser printer, I'm going to say print it twice because it's the amount of toner you need on it. Also print it on a glossy style paper if you can as well. But it's the amount of toner you need if you're going to print your own.
Okay.
Sometimes also printing on a laser onto a heat-proof acetate is great, and printing straight away because it will lift from that.
Yeah.
Magazine prints, you really do need a good quality magazine, unfortunately, because they use a different style of paper to print on, and that's what you need to do.
A bit like People's Friend.
Probably Cosmopolitan, that side of things, because but first, I don't know, I've never tried People's Friend, put it that way. Actually, another thing that's really good, but probably a little bit boring, depends on what you like. Sometimes high-end estate agents go in and pretend you're buying a house. Some of their magazines, the quality of the paper is top-notch.
I like that idea. I just want to show you that, Lou. Look.
I'll have to look at the piece too. Okay, you're on a lag, so I'm just catching up.
All right, then I'll hold it there for a few moments. I've got my gel plate.
Okay. Right, here we go. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. You got for the 8x10. Yeah.
I daren't show you my other jelly plate because
I daren't show you my jelly plate. Think of there.
It's like a bit of mouldy tune.
But yeah, mine are just grim. Mine are underneath there, but they could be. But Kay, it's I spent nearly £10 on the magazine. The other thing, Kay, to do is use a dark paint to start with, but put a thin layer on. Don't put too thick a layer on your jelly plate, and make sure that you've really braided the paint out. Not so it's smooth, but so you've got a really good even coat. Put the image down and you spread it down and just leave it for a few minutes, because we're all very quick with our jelly plates to know, put it down, layer, put it down, layer. And sometimes you don't need to. So leave it down there and then pull it off. And you should see a very, very faint, you should start seeing the outline on there. But if you're going to print your own, I put mine through the paper, I put it through twice. So I did have some here, because I'm practicing doing so. Look at me rummaging. Is it? No, I think it's in the box down below. I won't get it all out. See, this is my gel plate print box down here. Right, okay, I did. There you go. I found it. So, for example, I've printed on Go From the Zon, and this is a glossy card. I can't remember what it was called, but it's quite a heavyweight one. I'm going to say at least a 220, but it's really glossy, so glossy that my fingers feel like they're going to slide off it. But I put my picture through twice, so I made the black even darker, and that I found worked on the gel plate. But leave the magazine down for leave the print down for a while, and near enough so your paint's near enough drying underneath it. And another trick I find is turn your jelly plate over and pull your jelly plate off, not your print.
So could you get a photograph of your grandparents or of the kids, if it's printed on the right photographic paper, and you can put that on your gel plate? So it's like transferring the image, isn't it?
Yeah, not necessarily photographic paper. The difference with photographic paper or some photographic papers is that the layer that you print on is actually sitting on top of another layer.
Right.
So what can happen is when it sticks to the paint, the two separate and you're left with your paper, the photographic paper stuck to your plate.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that, says Kay. And
But
Glenn's
Jelly
just come in
Arts,
the room.
Jelly Arts, I am going to say are bringing out 3 new kits. And one is all about magazine printing.
Okay.
And what they've done is in the kit you'll get everything you need, and there'll be images in there as well that they have tried and tested. And
very good.
I had a lovely chat with Luann about some different things that we're going to be doing with Jelly Arts. And there'll be a QR code for a video that you haven't seen before, showing you how to use the kit and how to do it little by little, step by step, to do the actual magazine pull, and then how to do all the different colouring and everything like that. So that's one of the kits coming.
It is fascinating, isn't it, using the gel plate? I mean, I've still got some of my prints from last summer, which I've used for some of my samples with my stamps, because I've just got them in a big bag. I never throw them away. But it's a fascinating. It's not a medium, isn't it? Fascinating art.
It is. I mean, I
into.
use mine for. I mean, I keep mine for collage pieces as well.
Yeah.
Because stamp on them, cut them out, die cuts and everything like that. Because layering up that way, because you get a different textures, and depending on what you print with. If you're printing with a paint and the different thicknesses of paint, you get a different thickness on your print as well, which creates a different texture. But Jelly Arts are bringing 3 brand new kits.
So I've got a question for you.
Okay.
If I've got it here. If I've got a canvas, could I get my jelly plate, do my stuff, put it onto the canvas?
Yeah.
Because the canvas is quite squidgy, would I need to do anything, or just push it into it?
I put your jelly plate flat.
Yeah.
And then just put your canvas on top, and then gently rub to the back.
I want to do
but
that.
And once you've done that, leave it for a good 5 minutes, just so that the paint really can get stuck on the canvas onto your plate. Leave it on there for a good 5 minutes.
Would you say I need to gesso it first?
What, the canvas?
Yeah.
No, a lot of canvases are already pre-gesso. Check that.
I don't know where it is now.
Check
I've got it somewhere.
That. But then leave it, and then what I would do is turn your canvas so your canvas is now onto your desk and your jelly plate is on top.
Yeah. Got you.
And then peel your jelly plate off, and then that way you'll find it easier to take the canvas away from your jelly plate, because you're peeling your jelly plate off from the canvas.
I'm going to try that. Watch this space, and I'm going to do it with that size jelly plate as well. So I kind of want to do like a Rothko style print or something, and just put that straight onto the canvas, because that is that's an 8x10.
Yeah.
So
definitely do it. Give it a go. Completely give it a go. You can do canvas, and don't forget then, once you've pulled it, your canvas print,
Yeah.
you might actually find that because your canvas is textured, it will leave a faint texturing on your jelly plate.
Oh, and then I can reuse that.
Yeah, and then you could use that as your starting point for another
I
print.
like
Yeah,
it. See,
yeah,
great ideas come from conversations.
yeah.
So that was the
So Jelly Arts,
part.
yeah. So Jelly Arts, they're bringing a brand new journal kit. So art journaling, and there's a video for that to show you how you can use your jelly plate directly into an art journal. And then they're bringing one that they called Blossoms, and it's all about, there was a big trend last year about people taking flowers from their garden and using that to jelly plate print. So they've got all of that, another kit coming out for that. And there's videos linked to all of the different projects that are going on in there.
Yeah.
And they were really, really cool. I've learned to be patient for the first time ever in my life, thanks to the jelly plate.
Yes.
Jelly plate's so therapeutic.
Yeah.
But yes, so what else was there? Thinking of.
I was going to say, we've spoken a lot about mixed media, and we've spoken a lot about clay and repurposing, which is fabulous. You know, it's something we all do now. Just go full on ahead and do the repurposing. What about maybe the other parts of crafting, like the card makers, like the paper crafters? Is there any innovation coming out there at all?
Not really. This is going to sound really bizarre. There wasn't much to do with card making per se.
Yeah.
Katie Sue was there, and she had a beautiful display, and it was great to see lots of different style of shape cards that she was doing, and interactive shape cards with the Katie Sue signature style that she has as well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Studio Light were there, and Studio Light was a mix of card making and obviously the journaling side of it, because of Janini, and then you've got Art by Marlene and their grunge. So it was a bit of that, but there wasn't what I would call traditional card making, like card blanks.
Yeah.
Visible Image was there, and All and Create were there, and obviously they were selling their stamps, you know, and showing off you got a sneaky peek into the February and March collections on the stands. But there wasn't any new trends as such for card making. Sizzix had their dies and different dies and different techniques. They were there. Spellbinders weren't there this year, but Sizzix had different die sets and how to do all the layering. And it was really nice to see that when I was watching the different Sizzix, some were very, what I would call, not clean and simple, because I don't like that phrase, clean and sophisticated, but really quite nice, easy layering, whereas the others were full on, you know, put as many layers as you like on, and that was really nice. And then in between them, you had Seth Apter going all Sizzix die cutty grunge, and then Put Hughes as well, sort of thing, going more mixed media. Amazing. So it was nice to see that they were embracing all styles of card making, because we all make cards in completely different ways. Yeah.
I suppose with paper engineering as well, there's not an awful lot you can do to change things, because as long as you've got something that cuts the card, something that scores the card, your paper engineering techniques are really down to you. And the different people that come up with those ideas. You can't really reinvent the die cutting machine, can you? You can't really reinvent anything as far as that's concerned. So I guess I understand that there wasn't a lot there for that.
I mean, the colours, it was embracing colours of nature, and some of the colours could be what I would call the more muted style of natures, like if you had got, I mean, we used to do it at school, where we'd go out and get nettles, put them in a pot of water, dye materials, you know, and things like that. So you had the more muted color tones, but then you also did have the brighter color tones, but they were still very, what I would call nature inspired, your greens, your browns, earthy tones of orange and yellow, a little bit like vermilion sort of colors. That was big, but then when you get to Christmas World, it was completely different. But
I think that's answered Nikki's question. Nikki said, did you come away with color? I guess you did, because you've just been talking about it there, but was there anything that was everywhere, you know, something like a theme or something that was everywhere?
No. Well, in Christmas World, yes. If something could be glittered, or flocked, it was. And that was like going back to the past of doing different things that we've had and doing there. And it was, but no, nothing, it wasn't the same thing everywhere at all. It was really, really refreshing. Last year when we went, it was very much about everybody going, do you know what, this is what I do, and our company does it, and we do it really, really well, sort of thing. I'm celebrating that. And that really did carry on, I feel, this year in Frankfurt. It was like, we know what we do, and we know we can do it really, really well. So why pretend that, you know, we can do something else? That is what I would say was everywhere, is everybody being confident in their own skin, as it were, or their own company's skin, as it were, sort of thing. So when you went to the stand, it was identifiable as that company, rather than, you know, they were bringing in something that you looked at and went, yeah, that's really cool, but, you know, where does it fit in with what you've already got, if
So
that
everyone,
makes sense.
everyone had that self-confidence in
Yeah.
themselves and their brand. Do you think, do you think with the changes in the industry, that's going to become more and more, that people are going to be more self-contained within their particular brands? Or do you think people are reaching out and doing collaborations, and one's making one thing? Yeah.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think people are, for the different companies I was dealing with and talking with, people were comfortable. They knew what they were good at, and, you know, they wanted to share that with everybody and embrace that. But in the same breath, if they were bringing something new, it was always to support what they had already got in their crafty arsenal already. So it was, you could get something brand new, but know that you could go back 10 years ago when they had something, and the two would work together. That was like the repurposing. That would, for me, for the companies I spoke to, was really quite big, which was really nice, because we've all got different things sitting in the cupboard from way back when, you know, that we need to blow the dust off, and knowing that you could buy something and they would still go together, because that company has stuck to what they're good at, and that their actual style was really, really nice in that way. But it was, collabs were very, very big. Collabs on the basis of different companies working together, different designers that you would recognize with one particular company now working for 2 or 3 different companies. And I suppose we're quite used to someone like Tim Holtz doing it, because he works with Sizzix, he works with Stampers Anonymous, Ranger, but we don't often see it with other people, other designers. That was really nice to see a little bit, you know, of that,
of what's going on there. It's interesting stuff, isn't it? Interesting stuff. And what have you brought back from Frankfurt? I mean, not physically, not what you got.
I did bring back quite a bit physically as well. I had to give some to Ray. I was worried that my case was going to be just a wee bit too heavy.
What did you bring back for yourself? You know, when you got back to your craft room and you sat there, what has changed for you?
What changed for me? Do you know, I was doing some bits and pieces linked to this today, which I can't really talk about, but I will a bit.
What pieces? What, with who? Where?
I can't really.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
There's no watching.
You are dreadful. You are dreadful. So it was different styles, sort of thing. In mixed media, art journaling, that was, for me, was wonderful. And so it was different styles for me, for art journaling, mixed media, junk journaling, but being able to use those and take that skill set and take it anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Not to be, it's like everybody not assumes, that's not the right word, but everybody believes an art journal should always be inky, should always be, maybe have a bit of paste, a spray and stuff like that. But I think people forget that we actually make a background, and we'll put that background on a card. And that's what I took back, that, you know, that I don't need to save some of my favorite ways to craft just for my journals, sort of thing. I can take that page out and put it on a card if I want to, on a tag.
Because it's you. and it's your
Yeah,
personal touch. I
yeah,
like that.
completely. And for me as well, one of the other things I took back, I would say, is I love watercolors. I don't, I prefer more the abstract side
Yeah,
of things, from my own style of crafting, well, not crafting, painting. And it was really great to see that acrylics weren't just about putting on a piece of MDF, a piece of glass.
hmm
You know, acrylic painting was just, you know, and watering down your acrylics and putting those and using those on your canvases in a completely different way. That I took back, but that was more for my style of
yeah.
crafting than anything
I like painting with
else, sort of
I
thing.
like painting with acrylics. I like the
Yeah.
fact that you can layer them up. I do enjoy my painting. I love watercolors, but I love acrylic painting or
I
oil
mean, yeah,
painting. You know.
acrylics are lovely, and in the basis that they're a great one. If I mean, I love to faff. Faffing for me is what a great part of crafting. It really is, because that's when you bring a little bit more of you inside of crafting. So having that faff session, I love. But working with acrylics is, depending on, there are so many different styles of acrylic paints. But if you're working with a traditional acrylic that you would say that most of us use, it has a quite quick drying time.
Yeah.
But I'm actually embracing that drying time, and rather than thinking you need to change it, add another layer, repurpose it, you know, die cut it, stamp on it, and that side of looking at how the way acrylics moved, using your acrylics and watering them down, which we don't often do. You know, not necessarily to make them go further, but you know, changing the consistency of the actual
Yeah.
paint, the
Yeah.
binder itself.
Yeah. I do. I must admit, I do water mine down a lot. I think it's
Yeah,
good, and in a mixing way, in a layering way, it's good to have sometimes it mixed with water, and sometimes for it to be a little bit more intense. But that's good. It's good that
yeah.
you've
I mean,
taken some stuff away.
yeah. I mean, Sennelier had. I was mesmerised with that, with their stand. They've got it's been out a little while, but they were really big on it on their stand, and it's called an abstract acrylic. And when I was doing the reading about it and looking at the thing, they call it a fine acrylic. So I actually said, well, you know, what do you mean by a fine acrylic? And they were saying like the texture of an acrylic paint is quite thick, and what they did was engineer it so it had more of a fine finish to it. It felt a lot smoother to actually work on, and because they did it, it was more creamy than thick. And they did that, and that was great watching the different artists using that acrylic and how it worked in a completely different way to, I suppose, what we consider a crafting acrylic.
Yeah.
And that was nice to see, you know, like an art brand was bringing something that everybody could use in an acrylic, because Sennelier is obviously a more of a known for more of being an art brand
Yeah.
as well as everything else,
Oh,
sort of thing.
I've got a lot of their pastels. I love them.
What's
I
Sennelier?
love them.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm quite chuffed that I was trying to persuade, because I obviously still do a lot of work for Royal Talens and Sakura.
Yeah.
Oh, Janie, if you go, yeah, we I'm going to say we're already booked for next year, and we are. We've got the dates and the tickets through. But yeah, it's great if you go. Yeah.
I was
But yeah,
due to go
message
this
me
year.
about it. Huh?
Yeah, I was due to go this year, and
And then the hotel.
yeah, I actually found a really, really good hotel. But initially, as I told you before,
Mm.
when I was booking my flights, I was booking them to the wrong airport. It was the one that was 3 hours away. I know, but I managed to get some really. If you book at the right time, I mean, the tickets that I was going to get, it was like £60 return.
Yeah, the tickets aren't the issue. It's the hotels, because they know we're all
Accommodation.
on there en masse.
Yeah. If you get in early, there's some good hotels just over the bridge that you can stay at. So maybe we'll make a
But
Janie, we'll go.
check, yeah, check your whereabouts in Frankfurt you're staying, because like everywhere,
Yeah.
there's a nice side and a slightly rougher side. We went to, as downtime, obviously, the rugby was on, and obviously Ireland was playing, and then obviously England was playing, sort of thing. And the Irish pub we went to in Frankfurt, sort of thing, was, I would say, a little bit on the more salubrious side, but
Yes.
it, once you got in the pub, it was fine.
Now, I know Janie's asked that question, and I know Janie's on here. So, Janie, let me ask you a question. What stand are we on at Sandown? Because I know you've told me. I was gonna tell everyone tonight. I'm sure it's A or N22. I can't remember. Are you going to Sandown, Lou?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at the moment.
Come on down.
It's this weekend, isn't it? No, I can't go this weekend. I'm doing a workshop. I'm getting confused with the NEC. The NEC is a couple of weeks' time.
That's it. You'll have to come to the NEC. But yes,
I am trying to. I'm on Hobby Maker on the 15th, so I'm toying with the idea of coming to the NEC either the 14th or the 16th.
Do it. I'll be there. Come along. It'll be nice. Sandown B23.
There you go. But yeah, no, so that was good. And what else can I say about? I did say about Kuretake and their new Gansai Tambai. They're lovely. We've got them coming, and their new granulated colours. You'd love the granulated colours. I must get them, get you to have a play with those.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So they're a watercolour. So you just add a little bit of water as you would normally do in a brush, but as soon as you put it in your paper, it splits, and it splits into different colours and into different It's like you've used a brusho, but it's not. It's a watercolour paint.
Interesting.
It's really, really, really cool. They've obviously got their new Zig pens coming out as well, which are really, really nice. What else can I say? And I did say about paint piping. That doesn't fit and putting
paint piping. Yeah.
Paint piping. So thicker acrylic again, and putting it in icing bags and piping with it. I think it was personally for me, it would be, you could make it quite thick and make it like an impasto, but they were using it with piping bags to make lovely frames and everything like that.
And you know the painting behind me here, Lou?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this up and take you. This is by a man called Philip Bissell. And
on a delay. I'm waiting for you to. I can see. Yeah.
Quite close up. Can you see how that's raised a little bit? Can you see that? That's the M there, and I don't know if I can get the angle, but that's raised, and
I can see. Yeah.
So he's painted in the background. There's another. Where else? Yeah. Hang on. There you go.
Yeah, I can see it, on the M as well. Yeah,
and that's raised. And he's done it on the dots as well for the welcome. And I love that. I fell in love with that painting. But that's by Philip Bissell, which I think is wonderful. And he's kind of done that. Yeah. Probably not with piping, but he's got the acrylic paint or whatever it is a lot thicker, and he's put it on there. Yeah, it's a really good technique. He does all his pictures like that.
Both Plaid and Deco Art have got their own versions that do something slightly different. I mean, the one thing we have got coming out, which I did say before, and I'm really looking forward to that, is Deco Art have got a new medium coming out, and it's to be able to turn any acrylic paint you've got. Obviously, they're obviously wanting you to use the Deco Art.
Yeah.
And you can make it into a paint pen. So the idea is that it will I mean, I don't know the science of it, sort of thing. When people get too sciencey and too technical, I can feel my eyes are smiling at them, but I've switched on. Do you know what I mean? I've gone into the rest of them. Behind the eyes is now vacant, sort of thing. But you can actually take any acrylic that you've got and put it inside a barrel and create your own version of a paint pen. So that means you can make your own colours, mix your own colours, so you can put a metallic in there. So you now suddenly can do in Erica, I'll answer you in a moment because I'm just answering Erica's question.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh no, I've gone somewhere else.
Oh, hello.
Where have I gone?
Where have you gone? Kay has said that she's been playing with the acrylic paints today and piping flowers. So that's really cool. What's the question from Erica? What did Erica ask? I'm just trying to find it for you.
The name about the Gansai Tambai.
Gansai Tambai.
Yeah. But yeah, so what they've done is is to actually so that they've made mediums that make the paint even thicker. So you can take So all the mediums they've made is you don't actually have to buy then a new acrylic thick paint. You could take your normal acrylic paint,
Yeah.
just add a small amount of this medium, and it makes it thicker.
Nice.
So the idea is, you know, that you use what you've got
Yeah.
with something new, which is like repurposing. So if you've got a whole load of acrylic paints, as I have down one wall
Yeah,
there,
put them on.
you know, rather than buy a thicker acrylic, I could just add a small amount of that medium, and that would make an uber thick acrylic paint.
Yeah.
Or I could add the other medium, and I could make a paint pen. So, you know, so you can make your own paint pens, and that's, but I can then mix my own brand of colour that I
Yeah.
like.
I like
And that I can make too.
using I like using acrylic paint pens. I've got some somewhere
Yeah.
in here. I've got one similar to yours. I've just put a whole load away actually, but yeah, I love using them.
The acrylic pen, so that was really, really nice, and did that way. Another thing that was really big was origami. Loads of different origami shapes, but origami was being used, I suppose, for card making. It was being used for 3D. It was being used for shapes. Yeah, you've got the. Yeah, I got.
Erica says she's learning so much from you, Lou. Oh, thanks. What's that?
My big paint pen. It's like a roller ball.
If you show me yours, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Yeah, you see, I'm showing off now. But that was, yeah, my big paint pen.
I feel like sooty when I hold this.
I'm looking at my computer now, whatever you're holding.
Yeah,
your big thick one.
I keep forgetting you can't just see me like that.
But yeah, no, it's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, so I've lost the track of what I was saying then.
So have I.
I've gone. And I have to look.
We were talking
about origami.
Yeah, origami.
So paper folding, quilling, they were there, but using them a bit like Carla is doing on with her cut by hand, but using them to create pictures and styles and stuff like that. That was lovely. There were some really beautiful pieces. As I said before, sewing onto watercolor.
Yes.
So where you've got a painting and sewing, so you could sew round something and make it real, but you could also sew abstract as well. So it was another way of adding a texture, and you know, so different skill sets work together. So if you like doing sewing and embroidery, but you could add it then to a picture, and stuff like that. That was lovely.
It's funny you should say that, because yesterday when I was talking to Erica, we were talking about her new stamp range that's coming out. We were talking about stamping and sewing, and you came on, didn't you? And we were talking about doing
that
different
free motion Erica did was wow.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Amazing.
My level of sewing is I can do a straight line. I get bored very quickly with sewing, and I'm a great believer in Wonder Web.
I've got to do some sewing after this live. So I've got lots of things to do and sort out.
No, I mean, I do love my mum's a great sewer, brilliant on her sewing machine, sort of thing. I dabble every now and then, but it's something I wish I would tune into a little bit more. But then I sit there and think, do I need another craft in my life to take up even more space? I'm sure Steve would just shout down, no, you don't.
And also, if you've got your inky fingers, it gets on the fabric and it gets dirty, so that's a good excuse.
You can make your own. Don't forget, you could paint your own fabric then.
Yeah, you could do
your own patterns, sort of thing.
You could do.
What else? Let me have a look at my list that I haven't mentioned. Cadence had some beautiful Wonder Web. Yeah, Erica. Yeah, that's about the thing. I don't iron really, so I mean, I've got to be desperate if I've got to get an iron out and Wonder Web.
You're lucky to use Wonder Web. I just use sellotape sometimes.
A stapler,
double-sided.
You know, something you just go, ironing. That's why I'm a great believer that. That's why we have body heat, so we don't need to iron.
Yeah.
So Cadence had some beautiful candle paints, and they changed it a little bit more, and their candle paints and how you can use those.
Yeah.
That was really lovely. And then it could still be burnable and everything like that. Same with Viva Decor as well. What's an iron, Erica?
Yeah.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And they had, which seems a bit of like an oxymoron, they had matte metallics, Cadence, and it just seems a weird way, because a metallic you think it's being bright and in your face, so suddenly to have a matte version of it, but it's still got the metallic luster behind it. That was really, you know, you had to look twice and go, really? Have they got the right name? You know, sort of thing. That was really, really good. As I say, collage was really, really big, which obviously handmade papers and handmade books.
Yeah.
Lots of beautiful handmade papers and handmade books. I love ironing. Oh,
Yeah.
Katie. Oh.
I'll have to get Katie around as well to do the ironing.
And I was thinking the same sort of thing.
I love handmade papers. I've got some from Dolly Dimples, and
Yeah.
I turned it into a piece of artwork that I've got in the hallway.
And I love the texture. Hers into a lampshade.
Yeah.
How,
I just love the texture
how she
of
did
it.
hers.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and I just got my brayer and went over the top of it and just brought out lots of different colours and put some gilding wax on it. And it's in the hallway. It's really good. It's, you know, just a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, I think Charmaine did. Yeah, she made a lampshade, but then she was actually using the handmade papers and moulding with it.
Yeah.
And creating reliefs with it. Yeah, fascinating. I've just seen what Alison. I actually got mine out for the first time.
In 5 years this weekend, when she bought a new tailored trouser suit, which had creases in it.
Oh, well, you
sometimes here's a tip.
Find the creases out.
Here's a tip,
Alison.
If you're having a shower and it's very steamy, just hang your clothes up, and all the creases will just drop out.
Yeah.
So no to ironing. Just hang them up when you shower.
I've got a friend who has they're like these pegs, and they've got little irons on them.
Yes.
They're little weights.
Yeah.
And they put them on the bottom of their trousers, hang them up, and that pulls all the creases out as well.
Or just put it underneath the mattress when you go to sleep, and then it's all ironed for you.
You've got to move the mattress. No, it's too much like hard work. I did say as well, dot painting with both paints and pens. That was really, really big.
Oh, hang on. I'll keep talking. I'll show you something.
Okay.
I'm just going to go and grab something. Keep talking, Lou.
So it was dot painting. That was lovely, but using it with the paints, but also using it with pens. So it was again about everybody having a chance to do something. I don't iron. I have a husband. Mine doesn't iron either.
I'm just holding up a stone that I got from the garden.
Yeah,
and I did a little bit.
I'm waiting for it to catch up on the PC.
It will come.
Yep, got it.
And I was
the
just
black
playing
one,
around with doing a little bit. It went a bit wrong there, but that kind of gave it character.
Yeah. But no, so dot painting and doing but also dot painting, I know you've done it on stone, but doing it in your journals, doing it on cards, but actually doing it with pens rather than paints as well, sort of thing. So that was really, really nice. What else? And I'm just looking through my list of lots of different things. I did fall in love with Dina Wakely's new journal, because that's the ledger journal. She's got a new one, and it's all ledger pages in a journal. That was really cool. What else have we got? I'm just going through, you know, there's so many. Oh, here we go. There was
we're gonna have to have a part 3.
Well, I'll finish on. There was lots of wonderful mats, craft mats, going back to the original. You know, what are they called? Self-healing.
Yes.
Loads of those back in rather than the glass.
Let me show you mine. Hang on.
What, your mat?
Are you ready?
Go on. I'm waiting for it to catch up.
You see it?
Not yet. It's just coming. You just disappeared. You're coming back. Hold on.
We're coming back. Looks like a test card.
Oh yeah. Looks like wood.
Yeah. It's like board. Guess where I got that from?
Well-known Swedish shop.
Studio. But I was allowed to take it.
Were you?
Yeah. This was about a year before.
Yeah.
It went under. Yeah.
Oh, so that's really good. But yeah,
on the table, and then I craft on it.
But the craft mats were also done, and the way that, like you've got a large piece there, but they were done so you could, the technology's obviously come on leaps and bounds, so you could fold them up into next to nothing. So if you had a small workspace or a limited space to put your craft stuff, it would then, you could get a huge, like A1 size mat, and it would gradually fold down to next to nothing, so you could put it away. But where you've got the joins, you can still that, yeah, the technology has moved so much that
Yeah.
the joints were seamless. You didn't feel the joints, and
Yeah.
when you were cutting, it didn't go like and then dip into the
Yeah.
and then go along sort of thing.
That's something I'd
But
like to invest in.
they had a really cool one I really loved was, so you had your mat,
Yeah.
and that was your cutting mat, but this side here could be an iron. So you had like your ironing surface. So if you were a sewer, you could cut everything,
Yep.
but then you could then go over to this side
Yeah.
to iron it. But they then still folded on top of each other or folded down.
Yeah.
It was really, fascinating. So
See, I love things like that. I love things
I
like
do as
that.
well.
Lou, we're going to have a part 3. So I'm going to have to get back for part 3. Thank you so much for
No,
tonight.
thank you. No, I've loved
Again,
it.
more inspiration, more ideas. Now we just all want to get crafting tomorrow. I'm off to London to see the women play. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm
lucky
down to
you.
London. Then I'm back on Thursday, back here to Leicester, and then I'm driving back down to Sandown Thursday night. So it's a big full-on 24 hours.
Well, I'll miss you because I drive past you on the A14 to go up the M6 to the workshop where I'm doing on Sunday.
I'll give you a wave.
It's complete. We're going in complete opposite directions. You'll actually drive past near enough where I am to go.
Are
Sandown.
there any tickets for this weekend?
There are a few still left
Okay.
if people are interested.
How can you get them?
Pretty Gets Gritty website.
Excellent.
Lynette has a very simple. It just says workshop. Yeah. Even easier.
I really wanted to come, but then Sandown cropped up. So the next one you have, let me know, and I'll get a ticket and come along because
that'd be brilliant. It'd be lovely.
Sounds like it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, see you cause chaos.
Listen, have a lovely weekend.
And
have a restful few days.
Yeah, have a great time.
We'll get on to part 3.
Yeah.
Maybe
and don't leave Janie astray.
Well, I think it's the other way around, don't you?
I don't know. I think you will. I hope Jane's bracing herself.
We'll see what happens. We are at the same hotel, so anything can happen. Lou, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. It's been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And we'll see you again soon.
See you soon. Take care, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
See you. Bye, Lou. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, there she goes. Wow, what a great live. So much inspiration. I just want to get crafting now, but I can't. I've got other things to do. So I'm going to bid you good night and say thank you very much for watching. This will remain on Facebook like it does for 30 days. Give me a follow if you can. And then I'll put it onto YouTube so you can watch it again, and just, you know, sometimes it's nice to have one in the background, isn't it? And just to listen to people when they're chatting away. It's kind of like Netflix now. So if you watch it live, you watch it live. If you watch it afterwards, then that's absolutely fine as well. But just thank you very much for your company tonight. Thank you for everybody who joined in. Thank you everyone for your questions. Janie, I would never lead you astray. Well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for everyone. Thank you to Steph. Thank you to Mel for coming on, and Steph's dad, who came in and said hello. So and thank you for watching as well. And I will see you now next week. Not sure what days is happening. I'm sure I've got something down. Anyway, just have a look at my Facebook and I'll let you know. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, probably do a live from Sandown anyway, myself and Janie. So we'll do a live from Sandown and we'll take you around and show you what's happening. So if you are going to Sandown, you'll still feel part of it. So Facebook Live with Friends will be at Sandown. I'll be at Sandown as well with Timestamp Creations and with the lovely Janie with Janie's Originals as well. So if you are coming, come and say hello and we'll say hello back. We'll have a lovely chat. Will you take some photos of your stand at Sandown? Yes, I will. Yes, we will. So thank you everybody for watching and I'll see you very soon. Good night. God bless. Bye.